What if I told you one of the most important places on Earth isn't a country, isn't widely populated, and is covered by ice for most of the year? Yet some of the world's most powerful nations are quietly competing over it. This place is Greenland. In recent years, Greenland has gone from being seen as a frozen, remote island to becoming one of the most strategically important locations on the planet. So why is the United States so interested in Greenland? The answer involves military defense, global power struggles, rare minerals, climate change, and the future of the Arctic. And it's much bigger than you think. Greenland is the largest island in the world, covering over 836,000 square miles. That's bigger than Mexico, Saudi Arabia, and nearly 3 times the size of Texas. Yet only about 56,000 people live there. Greenland is a self-governing territory of Denmark, but it controls most of its internal affairs and has its own government. Over 80% of the island is covered by ice, making it one of the most extreme environments humans inhabit. For decades, Greenland was seen as distant, cold, and strategically irrelevant. That perception has completely changed. Greenland sits in a critical geographic position between North America, Europe, and the Arctic Ocean. This makes it a natural bridge between continents. For the United States, this location is extremely important for national defense. Any missiles or aircraft traveling from Russia toward North America would likely pass over or near Greenland. That's why the U.S. has maintained a military presence there for decades. At the northern edge of Greenland is Pituffik Space Base, formerly known as Thule Air Base. This base plays a key role in missile detection, space surveillance, and early warning defense systems. In simple terms, Greenland helps the U.S. see threats before they reach American soil. During the Cold War, Greenland was a frontline location between the U.S. and the Soviet Union. That rivalry never fully disappeared. Today, Russia is rapidly expanding its Arctic military presence, reopening old bases, building new ports, and increasing patrols. Meanwhile, China, despite not being an Arctic nation, has declared itself a near-Arctic state. China has invested in Arctic research, shipping routes, and mining projects. From the U.S. perspective, Greenland is a place where influence matters. If rival powers gain too much economic or political leverage there, it could shift the balance of power in the Arctic. That concern is a major reason the U.S. has increased diplomatic and financial engagement with Greenland in recent years. One of the biggest reasons Greenland has drawn attention lies beneath the ice. Greenland is believed to hold large deposits of rare earth elements. These minerals are essential for smartphones, wind turbines, electric vehicles, military weapon systems, and advanced electronics. Right now, China controls most of the global rare earth supply chain. That dependence worries U.S. policymakers. Greenland represents a potential alternative source, one that could reduce reliance on China. In addition to rare earths, Greenland may also hold uranium, iron ore, zinc, oil, and natural gas. However, mining in Greenland is controversial due to environmental concerns, indigenous rights, and harsh conditions. Still, the potential value is enormous. As Arctic ice melts, Greenland's importance is increasing even faster. New shipping routes are becoming possible across the Arctic, cutting thousands of miles off traditional trade paths. What used to take weeks via the Suez Canal could take days through Arctic waters. This shift could transform global trade, reduce shipping costs, and increase military access. Greenland sits right next to these emerging routes. That makes it a strategic choke point for future commerce and naval movement. Ironically, climate change, while devastating, is one of the main reasons Greenland has become so valuable. In 2019, headlines exploded when reports emerged that the U.S. had discussed buying Greenland. While it sounded shocking, it wasn't unprecedented. The U.S. has a history of territorial purchases, including Louisiana and Alaska. In fact, the U.S. even offered to buy Greenland from Denmark in 1946. Denmark refused then, and refused again. Greenland's leaders made it clear, Greenland is not for sale. The U.S. changed its approach by focusing on diplomacy, investment, and defense cooperation. However, today, the U.S. is taking a more forceful approach. Greenland sits in the far North Atlantic Arctic, directly between North America and Europe. That placement makes it hugely important for early warning and missile defense systems from possible missile flight paths from Russia and Asia to the US. So from a defense perspective, Greenland is a frontier outpost for US security architecture. President Trump's recent statements about acquiring Greenland, even suggesting tariffs to force a deal, sparked widespread debate and concern from European allies about NATO ties and international norms. Russia and China are increasing their Arctic activity, prompting the US to strengthen its posture there. This makes Greenland not just an outpost, but a chess piece in great power competition over the Arctic. In a nutshell, the US is focused on Greenland for strategic military positioning, control or influence over critical mineral resources, Arctic geopolitical competition, and historic defense roles, combined with shifting climate realities and rival powers moving north. Acquisition isn't straightforward or internationally accepted, and Denmark and Greenland strongly oppose handing over sovereignty to the US. In conclusion, Greenland isn't just a frozen island. It's a key player in a global security, Arctic dominance, future energy and technology, and great power competition. As the Arctic opens up, Greenland's importance will only grow. And while most of the world rarely thinks about it, some of the most powerful nations on Earth are watching it very closely. Because in the 21st century, the race for the future may begin in the ice. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. It will really help out our channel. See you next time.